This is Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand for the morning of February 24th, 2023. I'm Wes Mills. The chief executive officer of Evansville-based startup Anew says a recently awarded $1 million grant from the National Science Foundation will allow the company to continue research and development for a new way to sustainably grow produce in your own kitchen. The company, which previously operated under the name GrowPod, received a Phase 2 Small Business Innovation Research Grant. CEO Scott Massey.
I think it's a strategic validation. It's not just incredibly valuable for us as a company to receive this funding to allow us to create more jobs here in Indiana and also push the frontier of cutting edge industries like artificial intelligence being complied to computer vision within our systems. But I also think it's an incredible victory for our nation. It's incredibly exciting to see that the U.S. government's putting funding into these initiatives to truly localize agriculture on a household residential level. So I think it's significant for really anyone who enjoys high quality food.
The highly automated enclosed system allows consumers to grow produce in the convenience of their own homes. The device is about the size of a dishwasher and fits underneath a kitchen counter.
Well, it's what we like to refer to as the pure produce difference. When you have produce that is totally free of any pesticides or preservatives whatsoever, because we never allow pests to even enter the environment. We maintain a perfectly clean environment optimized for your needs, your food production. It creates an effect that we call harvesting when hungry. At no point are our users harvesting and storing this produce in the fridge to consume on a later date and letting the nutrition decay or diminish over that time. It's full nutrition, full flavor, because these plants are alive the moment you're actually consuming it outside of the system. So not only is that a much more powerful food experience of just fresher, better produce, but it's much more sustainable. We don't have to have near as much losses. For nearly every head of lettuce consumed in this country, 3 heads have to be grown just to account for the losses that happen both upstream and downstream of the consumer. So localizing agriculture at the point of consumption is our unique approach. And that's all enabled by the technology that we've invented.
A European animal nutrition company has acquired a minority stake in Fishers-based Biomedit. Nutrico, which is headquartered in the Netherlands, is not disclosing the amount of its financial investment, but says it's part of Biomedit's $40 million Series A funding round announced last year. The Hamilton County company develops new products that are designed to promote animal health without the use of antibiotics. The company spun out of Elanco Animal Health last April. Ohio-based American Electric Power has agreed to sell its unregulated contracted renewables portfolio in a deal valued at $1.5 billion. The portfolio of solar and wind farms totals nearly 1,400 megawatts of green energy projects across 11 states, including Indiana. AEP President and CEO Julie Sloat says the utility is committed to de-risk the company and prioritize investments in its core regulated businesses. Still to come, the Colonel is cooking up a tuition break for its employees. Details when Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand for Friday, February 24th returns in 60 seconds.
Indiana business and community leaders, you're invited to a roadshow unlike any other. IBJ Media, Inside Indiana Business, and the Indiana Economic Development Corporation are joining forces for the Engage Indiana series, presented by Indiana University and Old National Bank. A focus on talent, education, and issues that shape our economy. 7 regional events, 1 shared purpose, advancing the future of Indiana. Discover more at ibj.com/engage.
Has your company grown at a rapid pace over the last 2 years? Nominations are now being accepted for Fast 25, IBJ's exclusive list of fastest growing companies in Central Indiana. Honorees will be spotlighted in a special publication in the IBJ and celebrated at an event on May 9th. Check out the changes to this year's criteria to see if your company qualifies. Learn more and submit your nomination by March 1st at ibj.com/nominations.
The Vigo County Capital Improvement Board has launched a public survey to gather input on a possible new indoor field house, outdoor sports complex, or aquatic facility in Terre Haute. The county says the survey is part of a feasibility study being conducted by the CIB regarding the potential impact of such amenities. The survey will be open through March 19th. The NBA All-Star 2024 Host Committee has announced 3 additional recipients of All-Star Legacy Grants as Indianapolis prepares to host next year's event. Each nonprofit organization will receive $50,000 for their projects, bringing the total number of projects receiving funding to 24. The grants are designed to support organizations through brick-and-mortar projects focused on improving the health and wellness of young Hoosiers. Mel Raines, the president and COO of Pacers Sports and Entertainment, will appear on this weekend's edition of Inside Indiana Business with Gary Dick to provide a status check on the city's preparation for the All-Star event. Ball State University has appointed Margaret Lowe as the university's first ever Chief Sustainability Officer. Lowe most recently served as Director of Business Engagement at the Institute for Market Transformation. She'll be responsible for implementing a centralized sustainability organizational structure for the university. Lowe begins March 6th. Employees at Indiana's 113 KFC restaurant locations have an opportunity to get their college tuition paid for through a new program announced by the KFC Foundation and Western Governors University. The initiative will cover 100% of tuition when the student workers attend WGU to earn an online bachelor's or master's degree. The KFC Foundation says the program is non-competitive, so that every eligible worker who applies and enrolls at WGU will get tuition coverage. KFC workers can access the program on day 1 of their employment. The foundation says there is no requirement for employees that take advantage of the benefit to stay with the food chain after they graduate. I'm Wes Mills, Inside Indiana Business, Radio on Demand.